Hi guys, Serge Lebel here for the Scale Models Division. I got a quick question for you guys. How many of you guys operate O-scale 2-rail modern layouts in a prototype manner? Okay, there's a few you guys out there. Another question. How many of you actually have end of train units on your trains? Ha. Not as many. That's what I thought. And I think I know why. I have the same issue. The only thing that's available out there, well, at least that I know of, is the something like the MTH flashing end of train device, and that thing is designed for the 3-rail crowd. And you're stuck with a unit that is permanently attached to a car. So if you're trying to operate with a switch list in a prototype manner, you don't always have the choice of the last car that's going to be on your train, and you're stuck without an end of train unit. Until today. I got something for you guys. Let's go down to the layout and I'll show you. Now on prototype railroads, as it is on my layout also, once the yard crews, the switching crews are done putting the train together, usually you'll have the hustlers who will come with the locomotives, the head-end power, and they will install the head-end power onto the train, and then the carmen will get to the rear end of the train, and they will set up the end of train unit, and together the carmen and the hustlers will perform the brake test. They will perform the setup for the end of train unit, and they will perform the continuity test to make sure that everything works. So here on my layout, this is how I simulate this operation. Now I have one of the end of train, which is already in the back of the pickup truck. Of course, that one was probably picked up off the rack in front of the station here. And it's simply a matter of, let me see if I can do this with one hand here, taking your end of train, and there's a little tab there that just inserts into the coupler pocket. This is kind of hard to do with one hand there, but if I can do it with one hand, imagine what you can do with two. Now that just fits in there, and as you can see, it's not something that's going to fall off easily. At least it sticks better than my roof walk from what I can see on this car here. But yeah, it just fits in the tab of the in the coupler pocket. It fits right next to the coupler, so that it looks like the actual prototype, which is actually installed onto the coupler. So there you go. This is what it looks like once it's in place. Now as you can see, this little thing looks pretty good. The only downside to it is that it doesn't have the flashing LED or the flashing light in there. Now that's a compromise that I had to make in order to have this unit being able to transfer it from car to car without having any expensive stuff installed on each and every car. And if you look at the prototypes during the daytime, the flasher doesn't operate anyways. I can tell you as a locomotive engineer, when I'm sitting at the controls of my train, during the daytime the flasher doesn't work, and there's probably a photosensitive sensor on there, because when it gets dark at a certain point during the evening and in the morning,
um, I get a little message on the screen in my locomotive that says that the device has just turned on. It says marker on or marker off. So in my case, because I operate daytime only on my layout because of my lighting, it didn't really matter to me if the unit did not flash. So just be aware that there is no flashing lights on these units.
Okay, now that you've seen a little bit of what I am trying to show you, to introduce to you, let me give you a proper introduction. The product is called, oh, I don't know if you can see, there's a glare. Sorry about that. The product is called SMD-O-202 End of Train device. Now, before I show you what you're going to get, I'm going to show you what you're not going to get. And this will be the same with all my products. What you're not going to get is a 3D printed item that just came off the 3D printer that's unfinished, stuffed in a bag. Sorry, that's not the way I do business. That's not how I roll. What you're going to get is what you saw in the video, which is a finished product. It might be hard to see here. Well, anyways, you saw you saw it in the previous clip. You're gonna get the finished product. Now, the reason why I'm selling you a finished product is because if I was to sell you, I could probably sell you this item, you know, like I said, unfinished, stuff in a bag for 15 bucks. I'm not doing you a favor. I'm not doing the hobby a favor. And besides, when I'm making these, I'm making some. I'm not making some for me and some for you. I'm making a batch, and I just pick a few out of the batch. I don't even choose them. I just pick a few out of the batch. Those will be on my layout. The other ones are packed and they're offered to you. So what you're getting is the exact same thing that I'm using on my layout. And I know some of you know that I can be fussy on what I want on my layout. So that's what you're getting. Now, on top of that, you're getting items that are packed. Really nice visual presentation here. The reason my items are packed this way is because, as you know, when I ship this to you, put that in a box here, and I mail this out to you. And you guys know how well our packages are handled in the shipping process. That's pretty much it. So things need to be packed pretty well, pretty solid, because I've had a lot of items that I've shipped that got there damaged. I've ordered a lot of stuff that got here damaged because it was not packed properly. Okay, now that you've seen a little bit of the details of how I'm planning to use these little units, how about if we get more into details? Now I'll try to have some still photos here as I'm describing. This unit is based on the Wabtec Corporation TrainLink ATX device. This is a system that's widely used in Canada and in the United States. My unit is it's designed on the computer. It's 3D printed in-house, and the way I made mine is I wanted to have something that I could use on any car that I have on the layout. And since I have a standard on my layout in terms of couplers, which is the Kadee 805, I designed the end of train unit with a little tab in the rear, in the back of it, that actually fits inside the pocket of the Kadee 805. Now it probably fits in other coupler pockets. I'll be honest with you, I haven't tried it because I don't have any others. But I figure Kadees must be all the same. It's just sometimes it's just the offset of the coupler that's different, but the draft gearbox is probably always the same. And maybe the other types like the Atlas and Weavers and other couplers have similar draft gear pockets. So I can't guarantee it's going to fit, but if it's too tight, well, that's a good thing because you can always sand the little tab just a little bit there and paint it black, and it'll fit for your specific types of couplers. Okay, a word now on how the product is finished. Now you know about the prototype. Now the finish on the products, and I want to share that with you because sometimes you will look at the price and say, well, holy crap, this is expensive. But if you look at all the different products that you would need to get to a finished product, I'm sure you'll agree that this is a good deal for you guys. Now the 3D stuff is first of all it's primed. Nothing fancy. I use just a regular primer, plastic primer. But the paint that I'm using, the base paint for the units, because as you can see there are two different colors on these units that I'm offering right now. You have the yellow version and the gray version. Now the prototypes, some of those are made out of plastics and some of those are made out of metal. And what I wanted to have is something that looks like a metal finish. So I'm using the True Color paint, to which I add some gloss finish. That gives me a nice hard finish, and it's slightly glossy, so it looks like a painted metal. That's for the base of the unit. Now for the detailing, you have the small, I don't know if you guys can see that, you have the small aluminum, I don't think you can see that. You have the small aluminum top and bottom here. That's an aluminum based paint that I'm using so that it looks like aluminum. And the other parts like the small antenna and the handle and the little tab in the rear, those are supposed to, on the prototype, those are either plastic or rubber items, so they're not supposed to be glossy. I'm using a flat based latex pant for that. To finish it off, I have some custom made ATX decals. Again, try to focus here. I don't know if that's going to work. It doesn't work too well. Sorry about that. I have some ATX custom printed decals on there, and the little reflective panel at the rear is actually 3M reflective tape that was cut on my sign making machine and inserted in place. So as you can see, there's quite a few products that goes into the finishing of this item. There's lots of steps, and sometimes it can get really finicky because it's it's small, so lots of places where it can get hard to paint and you have to repaint and start over again, and it could be fussy. So I'm trying to save you guys all of those troubles by offering you a finished product. Okay, now about the cost, the price, and the ordering information. The cost of this cute little package here is $42. Now, mind you, this is in Canadian funds. So for all you folks in the US, that's probably like $8 because our Canadian funny money is not worth anything. $42 in Canadian funds plus actual shipping. Now, I don't know ahead of time how much the shipping is going to be. I ship through Canada Post. So what I'll do is when someone asks, requests for an item, I'll package it for you. I'll wait, and once I have your address, I'll have Canada Post give me a shipping quote on it. And that'll be your shipping cost. So it's going to be actual shipping cost. Part number, SMD-O-202 end of train device. 4 end of train units, 2 different colors. Bonus little item there, the little rack for your end of trains. Okay, sorry guys, I had to cut this video. I had an unexpected event happening. I was just saying, this item comes with, as a bonus, this nifty little EOT rack. Comes in the form of a kit that's included with your 4 units. A little rack that you can set up in front of your yard office or your station, wherever you want to store your end of trains when they're not in service. Now, if you guys want to reach me, you can reach me on my not my website, sorry, old habits. You can reach me on my email at northshoreoscale@gmail.com. You can also reach me through Facebook. I'm listed as Serge Y. Lebel, or the CN Sandmore subdivision. I think it's 2-rail CN Sandmore subdivision. You can go on there and send me a private message through Messenger, and I'll get in touch with you. Now, if you're finding this video, today's date is October 21st, 2021. If you find this video, you stumble across this video and it's a year later or 2 years later, because who knows, with YouTube, I think those videos will stay there for forever. You may still reach me. I mean, I may or may not have the item in stock, but still get in touch with me and let me know that you're interested. And if I do have the items in stock, I'll ship them to you. If not, there might be a possibility that I'll make some more in the future. So in summary, folks, that's it. $42 Canadian funds plus shipping will get you this fabulous little item for end of train units and a bonus rack for a finished product. So don't wait. Operators are standing by, so call now. Thank you for calling the Scale Models Division. My name is Sergio. How may I help you?